Welcome back, y'all. Pokey Lambo here, and today is Throwback Thursday, where we go over the hottest cards and sealed from the Sword and Shield era. And today we are starting out with Charizard V-Star from the promo cards. And we can see on the 12th this week, we had 39 of these selling around $95, and it's come down just a little bit there, but we're up in that $90 range for this Charizard card, and it's mainly interesting to me just because it is a connective art with the Mewtwo, so very nice connective art, especially with it being a popular Pokemon like Charizard and Mewtwo. We have the Eternatus VMAX Premium Collection from Darkness Ablaze, actually having a little bit of a buyout there on the 7th. We had 4 of these sell, and the highest being at about $300, and now we only have 4 less listed here, so interesting buyout there. We have Champions Path Elite Trainer boxes actually starting to move, so pretty crazy to see Champions Path starting to go on a move there, and market price now $200. We only have 13 listings here, and I do think that this is one of the few ETBs from the Sword and Shield era that I kind of envy. I think this one actually looks super sick. Charizard looking like Godzilla about to destroy an entire city. Super cool, and it's crazy seeing it at 226 though. I mean, there's plenty of ETBs in the SB era that are, ticking up to that same price there. But we also have the Elite Trainer Box Plus Zamazenta from Vivid Voltage going on a nice little run. The month it's up almost 10%. On the 12th, we had one selling for $200, and that looks like the new floor that's been established for this product. Very nice. And we even have Shining Fates Elite Trainer Box case. We had one sell here on the 6th, and it sold for $1,400. And now we only have 2 listings here, and there's just not a ton of these cases on the market, and it feels like the same thing that happened earlier this week and last week, where a lot of these cases are just getting bought up, and people are really trying to corner the market here on some of this product. We can see here the Shining Fates Premium Collection with the Dragapult. Shot up pretty nice on the 8th. We had 5 of these selling, and now market price was 101, but we can see the most recent sale there is 130. We have 7 listings well above 130. So it'll be interesting to see how high this one will go up, and it's also interesting with it being a Pokemon like Shiny Dragapult. We have Galarian Moltres V, and it hasn't really done anything super crazy, but it's definitely trending up, which I find interesting. You know that this art is pretty popular amongst people, and the Galarian birds are kind of hit or miss, but nonetheless, really cool art there, and wouldn't be surprised if this thing runs up to about 250. We have Dragonite V from Evolving Skies, starting to get some more movement. It's not the all-time highs or anything, but we can see on the from May 8th to the 10th, 14 of these selling, and it's pushing up almost to $450. For me, I'll definitely be more impressed if the market price hits $500, but definitely one to keep an eye out on. And Evolving Skies, the sealed hasn't really been going that crazy this week, but the sleeve booster packs actually had a really big leap here. We can see quite a few selling. On the 8th, we had 74 sold. And then the 9th, we had 46. And we can see the new market price here at $85. We even had some selling right around $100. So pretty crazy stuff, but there's still quite a bit here listed around $60, $70. So we'll be keeping an extra close eye on Evolving Skies because maybe this one's looking to run, especially if we do get an announcement of a set with Mega Rayquaza. And we have Celebrations, Elite Trainer Box case. We had one selling on the 8th for $4,000. We have 11 listed here, so a decent amount, but it'll be crazy once these ones start getting chewed through and we see the market price hit $5,000. But I don't know, we'll see how the 25th does once we get closer and closer to the 30th dropping. I'll be very curious to see if we see like a huge spike or if it kind of goes sideways. But it'll be interesting to see how a lot of these cases and sealed product perform. And the Celebi V from Fusion Strike, it's up 23% for the month. On the 8th, we had 28 of these sold, and now market price is almost $95. And I really like this art. It reminds me of the Celebes from Sun and Moon. So it just has that same vibe of that era, which makes this card more interesting to me. But having it be under $100 isn't too crazy, but Fusion Strikes singles have kind of slowed down a little bit, but Celebi here getting a little bit of attention for the week. The Fusion Strike Elite Trainer boxes, though, just steadily increasing week by week, and it's definitely one of the stronger ETBs of the era right now. And having the Mew on the front just makes it that much of a no-brainer of why people are picking up and investing in it. We can see on the 12th, 5 of these selling. Market price is $336, but we have the most recent sell at $350. And really, I mean, it's right on the edge of $400. So would not be surprised come next week, this thing being at 400, or is it 400? No, yeah, $400. I mean, heck, maybe even $500 by next week. Pokemon Go, Pokemon Center, Elite Trainer Box Plus is up 27% for the month. Most recent sell, $277. It definitely feels like for Pokemon Go, this is the one saving grace. So if you bought a bunch of these or invested into this one, you're sitting pretty, but I'll be very curious to see how this one performs over the long haul, because Pokemon Go game has been pretty rough. Giratina V is continuing to go up. Last week it had a pretty nice run and it's continued to run up. Market price is $816, and it's well on its way to $900 and could easily be $1,000 before we know it. And you know, it really could be the Shinji Kanda art that's really pulling it ahead of cards like the Lugia. And for whatever reason, that card is just kind of chilled out at that $400 range. And I feel like Lugia is way more popular than Giratina, so it really just has to be, in my opinion, that it's a Shinji Kanda card. It's probably one of the best ones that he's done. So, really cool card. I do feel green with envy over this card because I love me some Tina. The Lost Origins booster box, we're actually starting to see some of these booster boxes from the Sword and Shield eras going on a little bit of a run, and we can see on the 6th we had 20 of these selling, another 10 on the 7th, and then 7 more on the 8th, 4 more on the 9th. So we're selling around $822 for market price, but we have the most recent sale, $850. And it definitely seems like that's kind of the direction that we're going, around $850 for Lost Origins booster box. The booster bundles from Lost Origin also saw a huge run up here. On the 7th, we had 5 sold, which pushed up the market price to $160. Now it's kind of chilling just under $170, but we do have the most recent sale of $200 for the booster bundles. And we're really starting to see which sets of Sword and Shield are definitely the winners, and the ones that if you were investing at the time and you picked up these sets, you're sitting pretty nice right now. The Lost Origin Elite Trainer box is still just continuing to run up 10% for the month. On the 8th, we were chilling just under $200, and now we finally made it over $200. We got over that hump there, which to me, this is definitely one of the best Elite Trainer boxes of Sword and Shield if we're just going off of the color scheme and the design of the box, in my personal opinion. I almost picked one of these up at Ace. I was so tempted. My Ace had one. I think it was only like 100. Well, only. It was like 140 when I saw it, but I just gotta let it go. I didn't invest it all into Sword and Shield, and I'm fine with letting it go. But man, I should have just done it for my own personal collection. But it's okay. You know, it's okay. I'm sure there'll be another Giratina set at some point. We have the Pikachu V from Lost Origins Trainer Gallery. It's up 21% for the month, just continuing to tick up past $120. Most recent sell $133, and it's always kind of hard to get a read on some of these singles, but I like this more than the Trikachu from Ascended Heroes. So to me, I hate to say it, undervalued. Same with this Pokemon, the Pikachu VMAX from Lost Origins Trainer Gallery once again. And it's run up 5% for the month. We can see quite a few selling, but the most interesting part, it finally broke over $100, and just so good with the character red in that card. And once again, another booster box. Finally, they're starting to show some life, and we have the Silver Tempest booster box up 8% for the month. We can see a nice little run up there starting on the 9th, 11 sold. Then on the 12th, we had 6 more sold, and finally, market price pushed up over $500. Very nice. Congrats to Silver Tempest. I feel like some of these sets are really starting to play catch up, because it's crazy that freaking Phantasmal Flames booster boxes are coat-telling Silver Tempest. Like, that does not make any sense to me. So I would be very cautious with the mega sets right now. It's like, yikes, maybe buy this instead of Phantasmal Flames booster box. We have the Silver Tempest Elite Trainer box, and this one is up 11%. Kind of dipped down a little bit, but it's come right back up to 150 here on the 12th. We had 7 sold. Most recent 178, and it definitely seems like this ETB is well on its way to being $200. The Rayquaza VMAX from Silver Tempest Trainer Gallery is 37. Continuing to do a nice slow climb here. I really do like this Rayquaza, so I'm not surprised to see this one continuing to run, and we do have the most recent sale at $200. Very, very nice card. And then now we're getting into the meat and potatoes. Obviously, oh my gosh, Evolving Skies is the king of Sword and Shield. But Crown Zenith, guys, it has really started to gain some traction. We have the Crown Zenith booster bundle case on the 6th. We had one sell for almost market was almost $5,000, but we had one selling for $7,500, and we only have one other listing here. Insane. The Crown Zenith Elite Trainer box case, we had one selling on this, or we had two selling on the 6th, and the most recent was $4,700. And we actually have quite a few listed here, but yeah, they were well over $4,000, which makes a lot of sense, especially with Crown Zenith kind of mirroring, or at least paved the way for Scarlet and Violet specialty sets. So I would say that this was like the first really good specialty set to come out. And we also have the Pikachu VMAX Special Collection case, is up 92% for the month. We had on the 5th 4 of them selling, 6 one more, and then on the 8th we had another, and it sold for about $1,500. And now we only have 2 more listings here, which has Pikachu on it, no brainer. And then the Crown Zenith tin case is continuing to run up. On the 6th, we saw 2 more of these selling, and the most recent sale was $850. But the listings here, we only have 3 other ones that are, $2,000. Crazy. Crown Zenith Pokemon Center Elite Trainer Box Plus, continuing to just step up every single day. It almost looks like on the month up 12%. On the 12th, we had 2 sold, and the most recent at $630. Very nice. The Crown Zenith Elite Trainer Box up 8% for the month. Market price is $342. Most recent sales about $350. And then obviously people are speculating with the new Mega Lucario coming out that that's going to make this run. Like, it's Lucario. He's going to do great. He's fine. He doesn't need a new Mega to pump him up. Come on. It's Lucario. He's fine. We don't need an excuse to make him go on a run. And then the Crown Zenith Special Collection, Unknown V and Lugia V, up 31% for the month. On the 8th, we had 4 of these selling. On the 11th, we had one more sell at $175. So that looks like it's pretty much the asking price there, and easily could be $200. And it having Lugia on it, it's just no brainer. More Peko, and the Premium Treasure Collection continuing to get another leg up. For the month, it's up 20%. On the 7th, we had 2 of these selling. Most recent sale, almost $300. We only have 3 of these listings very listed, interestingly enough. So I'll be curious to see if eventually we see more of these hit the market, or if that's just all there is. Pikachu VMAX Premium Collection is at about $200. And some of the singles that are doing pretty well from the Galarian Gallery, we have the Deoxys VMAX. This one's up 32% for the month. On the 12th, we had 11 sold, and then on the 13th, we had 6 more being sold, and right around that $80 mark. Honestly, one of my favorite cards. Like, it looks cool, the theme's cool, home run right there. Now we got the Giratina V-Star, it's up 10% for the month. We had 3 selling on the 11th, so pretty close to $300. I think these gold cards are honestly undervalued, and I know that people hate the whole undervalued thing, but with the way that it's going with these SIRs, I just feel like these should easily be the $500 or $1,000 cards, not these brand new mega cards. But to each their own. And same here with Arceus V-Star. It's up 23% for the month, and market price is $180. And what do you guys think? Do you think that these cards should be under what these new mega, like, ultra rare gold cards are? Because I think that these should be as much, if not more. But that's just my opinion. Appreciate you guys stopping by, and you have a great week. Peace.